Tower Defense Simulator's Golden Crates. One of the most grindy and challenging things to get in all of Tower Defense Simulator. And over the past 5 years, I've slowly collected all the golden towers in the game. All but one. The Golden Demo Man. The newest golden tower added to the roster. Now you may have noticed, I only just showed 5 out of the 7 golden towers in the game. Where's the Golden Crook boss? Well, if you've been a fan of the Just Pico channel for a while, you would know that in my previous TDS video, I actually got the Golden Crook boss on my ult account. So technically, I have all the golden towers but the Demo Man. Now, it is still of course a 50-50 chance I get the Demo Man, but I'm willing to take that bet. Now, I currently have less than 5,000 coins, and the golden crate costs 50,000, so I better get grinding. I started off this video pretty laid back. My first few games I played with this guy, PKFlamingo, Boothy. You guys probably know him by now, as he has been in many of my previous videos. And we started out just by playing a game of Fallen, giving us our first of many wins in this video. Now, something I also want to mention is my other sub goals in this video, which were fully unlocking the evolved tower, the Juggernaut, which I won't talk much about, but yeah. My other goal I had was getting to level 400. I'm pretty close to that goal, and it would be pretty cool to get that groundbreaking level. Anyway, I also wanted to try out some of the new meta coin grinding strategies. I don't really end up using this strat much at all, mainly because it's not very good content. It feels like every day there is a new coin grinding strategy that can give you $1 million gazillion per day or whatever. So I didn't really want to do that stuff, and I wanted to give you guys some good content and stick to the normal TDS grinding. But this strat is actually very good, and even with my far from efficient setup, it still gives me a lot of coins per hour. Now, after losing a Molten match on wave 32, I then came off with an idea, the wheel. If you've watched literally any of my TDS videos, you will know that I use wheels to spice up my gameplay a little bit, giving me a bit of a challenge. And at first, I was planning on doing these challenges every 3rd game or so. But later on, I sort of just completely dropped the challenges, mainly because I was completely locked in. Anyway, for my first of many challenges, I got the one of each tower challenge. So after getting together my pretty expensive loadout, I began. After a rough start in the early game, as I had literally no early game towers, I eventually got down Gatling Gun, which is a very unique tower in Tower Defense Simulator, as you can actually control the tower. And it also is just very, very strong. And after placing down Gatling Gun, I began soaring through the mid game. And I only lost on wave 30, which is 10 away from the final wave, which is one of the hardest waves in all of Fallen mode. For my next game, I brought my go-to loadout, as I was playing a solo game of Fallen. So that game was pretty much just a cakewalk.
Oh my god, holy crap. We're about to lose.
For my next game, I decided to jump into my first quad game of the video, on Frost mode. Now if you know anything about TDS, you would know that Frost mode is one of the hardest game modes in the entire game. And after losing one of our players early on because he didn't get the map he wanted, I didn't have very high hopes. We lost on wave 10. After that sad loss, I decided to try run it back in a different quad Frost match. But once again, it played out pretty similarly to my last game. One player left and we lost within 5 minutes. And honestly, this game perfectly sums up the current TDS player communication experience. Really, really bad. Ever since that godforsaken age restriction update on Roblox, the already lacking communication in TDS is completely gone. Anyway, for my next game, I had once again a challenge game. And for this one, I could only use intermediate towers. And after getting what I thought was a pretty fair loadout, I jumped into a Molten match on Forgotten Docks and flew through the early game. And even though I was only 4 waves away from the boss, I lost to this tanker enemy. Very close and very sad. After coming back the next day, I was feeling a bit more hopeful and determined to get a few more wins today. So I decided to play one of the hardest modes in the game. The special mode, Pizza Party. Arguably the easiest one out of all three, I jumped into that game hopeful, but Golden Cowboys can only take you so far. And also I just got up and left while a definitely killable Cobalt guard walked right through my defense. Perfect game. Now, for my next game, I decided to play another special mode, but this one is substantially harder. Polluted Wastelands 2. Now for this game, I literally have no words. All I need to show you guys is these two screenshots. Yeah, this game was horrid. Now for my next game, to cut it short, I lost my next solo falling game, but that did tick me over to just above 10,000 coins. So I'm only a fifth of the way there. Alright, let's speed things up. I did the one placement only challenge, and I won on easy mode. Then after that, I decided to do a few rounds of my gold grinding strat. Won all of them. Decided to do a modifier for some reason, and you don't even get coins or XP for losing. Somehow lost a solo fallen match even with a very good loadout, and did a random loadout. And if you're an OG Just Pico fan, you would know I have a very bad relationship with random loadouts. But after getting a pretty mediocre loadout, I jumped into a public fallen match. And I swear in this game, we had literally like every tower in the game. It was pretty hectic, but we came out victorious, giving me my first quad win of the video. For my next game, I once again did a random loadout, and I would honestly call this loadout better than my last, but we ended up losing, and that was probably thanks to this placement. After that game, I unlocked another upgrade for the Juggernaut, which was pretty cool. Anyway, me and Boothy attempted a fallen mode on Dead Ahead, which went as you probably think.
You can place more than 8 farms.
What, you can?
Yes, bro.
We lost another fallen match. We then lost another fallen match on Forgotten Docks. Then we finally won a game on Simplicity. Twice. Did a quick challenge run where I only brought event towers to Molten mode. Honestly did not realize how goated Swarm and Biologists are. Destroyed the final boss. I then tried doing it again on Fallen mode, but sadly, I lost. But I probably could have won if I brought Commando instead of Firework Tech. At this point, I was also approaching the halfway mark with my coins. But the second half of this video was way more action-packed compared to the first half. Starting off, I decided to lose a quick fallen match. Yep, easy as that. Then I actually decided to play another Frost game. But the difference with this game was that me and my team had the world-renowned professional football player, Kylian Mbappe. After getting knocked out by Spain in the World Cup, Mbappe decided to pursue his career in Roblox Tower Defense Simulator. And he did not give us the Mbappe special.
For example, nothing.
For the moment, nothing.
No. We got some World Cup type performance from the entire team, which allowed us to win our Frost game, giving me my first Frost victory in this video. Now I already know some of you are already missing Mbappe. Well, fear not, as I randomly ran into him again in my next game. And there also was another celebrity in our game, the well-renowned Freddy Fazbear. Which with our combined efforts from me, this guy, Freddy Fazbear and Kylian Mbappe, we destroyed the Frost Spirit once again. But sadly, I never saw Mbappe or Freddy Fazbear again after that match. But we won another Frost match after that, which was pretty awesome, 3 in a row. And once again, on Simplicity. This map is honestly the GOAT. But as for my next game, it didn't turn out so well. But then after that pretty pathetic loss, I won a Frost match on Simplicity. Again. And again. I also in this game was able to fully max out the top half jug for the first time, which was pretty sick. It was these Frost games that reminded me why it was fun to play TDS with other people, not just grind mindlessly. Now at this point, I had crossed into the 30,000 range with my coins, and was approaching the end of this video. But it had also been 5 days since I started, and I had things to do. So let's speed it up again. Lost a Frost match on wave 34, did an hour's worth of coin grinding. I know I said I wouldn't do this strat much, but this is the last time I use it. But I am also now only 11,000 coins away from getting this golden crate. Lost another frost match on wave 24. Won a frost match on, you could probably guess what map. Won a solo, fallen, and molten match to complete a quest. Did another quest winning on Northern Lights, Lighthouse, and Construction Crazy. Realized I am less than 5,000 coins away. Lost a solo fallen match. Won my final frost match. Did a quick round of the gold grinding strat. And... is that 50,000 coins?
It is 50,000 coins. It only took me 5 whole days.
50,000. Here we are, Jason Lomman. The big 50000. I'm not going to drag this on too long, but subscribe. Subscribing is super awesome, and my goal is to reach 3,000 subs by the end of the year. And you guys have honestly destroyed any other sub goal I've had, so getting to 3,000 would be pretty sick. And if you want to be part of that, subscribe. Anyway, did I complete my other goals? My other goals were, if you don't remember, maxing out Jug, which yes, I did do. I did get max Juggernaut and getting to level 400. But sadly, I was literally just one level off, level 399. I did not complete that goal by the time I got 50,000 coins. Speaking of 50,000 coins, there they all go. All right, the moment you guys have been waiting for. Now, of course, we do want to get the golden demo man, as that is the whole point, right? Getting all the golden tower. Are we serious?
Sway.